Hey folks, so today we'll talk about the agents or the artificial intelligence agents, and it's a booming topic for the previous year, it's a booming topic for this year, and we have a lot of papers like how to build the agents, and even that agents is not enough, and all this. I'm talking about agents for a long time, even before the artificial intelligence boom, because I came more from the self-sovereign identity, and there we have wallets, and we have the active wallets on steroids that could exchange the data actually, and it's the essence of the agent. Yeah, so it's the autonomous system that you could delegate some set of tasks or ask to do something for you. So that's it. And in a self-sovereign world, actually, we try to solve this problem with the set of protocols, and they have a lot of videos why the protocol better, why the application should be more protocol oriented, agent oriented, and all of the things right now came to our artificial intelligence world. And the internet based on the protocols, and protocols give you a freedom to change the implementations, to make the systems more decentralized, but main purpose of the protocols, it's make things interoperable. And when we talk about the protocols, especially in the terms of agents, we have two big pillars. So the first pillar, actually, it's agent to agent protocol. So it's allow different agents from the different networks talk to each other, ask each other to do something, and so on. And usually when I talk with the people that do the artificial intelligence, they say, we don't need the protocols anymore because the agents could speak the natural language. But it means that people doesn't understand what the protocol in the network setup mean. Because some low-level protocols, they really focus on the data format and the data exchange and all those things. But when you already have a network, and this network have the different participants, you have something way much complex than the data format and the data exchange. You have a lot of questions that reflect how our society actually works. Yeah, so we have the language, and we have the natural language, but it's the part of the data exchange, right? But then we have the complex sociology rules that actually control how we behave, and how we behave, what we could expect from each other. It's a complex social behavior that regulated by some norms, and the protocols, actually, it's a reflection of this. Yeah, it's a governance, it's a behaviors, it's the rules that creates the fair play inside the networks. And if you will go to some decentralized payment network like Lightning Network, you will see that we have the complex mechanism that create the fair game, that create the reward to participate in a network, that create the possibility to punish the agents that behave wrongly and all other things. So it's completely different layer of complexity that regulate the behavior. For sure, you have the transport protocol, then you have the data exchange protocol, and on some level you have the behavior protocols, and you have the governance protocols that actually regulate the network. And in some point, for example, if we will talk about some complex blockchain networks of the new generation like Definity, we have the governance protocol where the community decide how we could change the network itself. So the network regulates itself with the protocols. And these protocols, they encode the behavior, they encode the changes, they encode a lot of different things. And this level of protocols are crucial for the agents. And when we talk about the agents, we have the agent-to-agent interaction. And on the network level, we have the governments, we have the behavior, we have the incentives and all the things that I talked before. But then we have something a bit lower that's still quite important to agent interaction. First of all, and that's my topic for a couple of years the identity. How to identify the agent, how to know with whom I'm talking, how to know the agent capabilities. So how the agent could say that, you know, man, I could do this, I could transcribe your audio to the text, or I could generate you the image, or I could do the work of the research for you. So the identity, who I am, and if I am trustful, the capabilities, what I could do for you. And for example, if I could do something for you, so maybe you could do something for me, or maybe you should pay me something. So it's this transactional interaction and the payment and reward. So we need to create the protocol that actually encode or have some reward system. And if you're talking about the classical world, how the society works, that you have some money, you pay people money, they do something for you, it means that we need to have the fair payment layer, or some kind of currency that allows us to do it. And the payment protocols actually is a separate agent-to-agent interaction protocols. And you know that agents could simulate the society, right? So they could go and hire somebody else that maybe could do it something cheaper. Yeah, and we have the problem of the discovery. Yeah, you have the identity, you have the capabilities, now you have the discovery, that how to find the other agents that maybe could do it cheaper or better for us. And another dimension of this protocol is the verification of the proof of work. So if agent makes something for us, how we could measure that the task was made in a description that we provide, is it quality one or not? If it's quality, how we could prove that some particular expensive resources was used. For example, we want agents to use some LLM, but we have some certain expectation what kind of model will be used and all other things, and how the agent could prove to us that he actually made this job with these tools. That's why you need to pay this amount of money. Yeah, so the agent-to-agent protocols, they also needs to have the attestation component that proves that they made something, or the proof of the authenticity of information and all other things. So it's a huge cluster of the stuff that we need to develop together, because right now, for example, some companies like Anthropics, they work on these agent protocols, but they not working on the agent-to-agent protocols. They working more on the internals of the agent and make some part of the agent architecture interoperable. And it's a completely different domain. If we are talking about this context protocols, is how we integrate agent with the LLM, how we integrate agent and LLM with the different tools, how we could describe the tool, how we could integrate the different data sources to the agent. And that's a big discussion right now. It's quite interesting discussion. How, for example, make the tools that different agents could use. Could we turn it to the agent-to-agent interaction, or could we make it like the tools functions and extensions as something interoperable that every agent could use if they really want? It's a really open discussion, and we don't have the answer to this. And for example, another big discussion that I keen to talk and keen to discover, that it's interoperable memory. So could we make the protocol for the semantic and episodic memory that could be used for every agent? And you know, right now, if you change the agent or you change the model, you need to start from scratch, because you need to rebuild your memory, or you need to find a way how you could export your memory to the new agent. But imagine if you keep your data with yourself and just connect the new agent on top of it. So the interoperability and the protocols, not just agent to agents, but to agents to some significant part of the agents, could be really interesting. And this protocol future, I have a separate article that you could read about the protocols and how the protocol apps work. But the artificial intelligence open completely different dimension, and I really believe to move agent forward, we need the protocol for the agent. We need the protocol for the agent-to-agent interaction. We need the protocol for the agent internals to make them interchangeable. and give user the chance to use something else if they really want. So that's all that I was keen to share with you. See you next time. Choose.